Survival mode. Do you know what it's like to go through your life just surviving? You're not really living, you're just surviving. Today, I'm going to go over a little bit of information to tell you what it's like to be in survival mode. When you're in survival mode, you're just trying to get through the next hour. In fact, just getting through the next day seems a long way off. It's like watching that movie, Groundhog Day. It starred Bill Murray, who becomes trapped in a time loop, forcing him to relive February the 2nd over and over again. Today, I want you to live because you have the right to live. I'm going to give you some examples of what it means to be in survival modes. And then I'm going to talk about some of the ways you can pull yourself out of that. And we're going to close out this message today with a song. And so when you're in survival mode, a lot of times little things set you off and you overreact. Like me being at work one day and a lady said, "Why does your hair stick up like that?" I burst into tears. I even surprised myself. It was so hurtful. I can remember a time when everything upset me. Like one day while I was cooking, I dropped the pan accidentally and I immediately began screaming at my children that the reason I was fat was because of them. I was clearly irrational at the time. Please, come on, tell me what drop of the pan has to do with me being overweight. My kids still remind me to this day of the statement that I made, and they're in their 30s and 40s. Another example of being in survival mode is you're always tired and you have low energy levels. Do you have those days where all you want to do is sleep? If you know someone like this, you might want to check on them because they may just be trying to survive. They may be falling into a deep state of depression. I used to sleep like 15 hours at night, and I would wake up and I would feel just as tired as I did when I went to bed. Now, mine was a little more complicated because I had a sleep disorder, which is common amongst rape victims because of nightmares and just the trauma that they encountered makes it hard for them to rest. But if you don't wake up and you're not refreshed when you get up, you may want to check to see what mode you're in. Number 3, you're getting sick more often. You have headaches and stomach aches and back pains and chest pains. Here's another example. You wake up every single morning feeling stressed. When you take your shower, you're stressed. When you comb your hair, you're stressed. When you brush your teeth, you're stressed. And even when you drive into work, you're stressed. And as soon as you step into the workplace, you are stressed and immediately get a headache. This is probably an example of either your job totally stressing you out or you going through survival mode. You find it hard to sleep, even with nature music and reading and all these things are supposed to be relaxing, nothing seems to help you to relax. You begin experiencing panic attacks or constant anxiety. Your nerves are bad. You have shallow breathing. You broke out into a cold sweat. You have shaky hands. Now, there may be some underlying cause that's even more serious than a panic attack, but are any of these symptoms happening, you need to get yourself checked. And eventually the doctor will probably tell you that you're just going through what's considered a panic attack that is from stress that has been brought on by trying to constantly live in the survival mode. You have a lack of passion and interest in anything. Like he used to enjoy writing and going dancing and swimming, and now nothing seems to bring you pleasure. You have zero me time. It seems like between work and your family and caring for others, there's no time for me. But part of that is because you've allowed that to happen. So you become frustrated and you get burned out, and you even get to a point where you feel like you're at your wit's end. Your memory, your focus, and your concentration levels are low. You begin a task for the life of you, you cannot remember what the next step is. You worked in project management for years. You know exactly how to get the billing out. You know what date it is due. But on this day and over again, you're finding it harder and harder and harder to concentrate and remember what you need to do. In fact, it gets to a point to where everything is a reaction. You feel like that tennis ball being bounced back and forth, and there's no time to be proactive. You feel totally and completely out of control. So how do you fix this? Here's some ways I could think of that helped me. First things first, you acknowledge that something just doesn't feel right. Allow yourself to understand that this isn't normal. You must find a way to pull yourself out of that water before you drown. Hold that handle so that someone can come and they can rescue you. Bring your mistakes to the forefront, such as at work. If you're missing deadlines and you're making a lot of errors, don't try to keep covering them up and hide them because they will come back to bite you. Go ahead and acknowledge the mistakes you're making so you can try to grab a hold of that before things get too out of control. Learn how to forgive yourself. Get back on track. Look, here's the deal. Everyone fails from time to time. We're all human. Use all your situations as a learning experience. You will move forward to a better path. I promise you that. Ask for help. This is a big one because no one wants to admit to any weaknesses they may have. Let your friend or your family know, hey, I'm really struggling right now. Be honest with them and receive their feedback, receive their advice and their prayers. It will help you get through the day and then the next day and even the next day. Make a new plan and give yourself a reality check. Okay, so here's the deal. Things are not working out like they used to. Now's a good time to revamp who you are and where you want to be in your life. So here's my question for you. Are you living your best life? The life that God breathed the breath of life into? Are you enjoying the simple things in life, like stopping to smell the roses, or listening for the birds as they sing, or watching the many colors of butterflies as they move about? In other words, it's time to get back to the things that you enjoy. I like this quote by Maya Angelou that says, "My mission in life is not merely to survive, but to thrive, and to do so with some passion, some compassion, some humor, and some style." In the Bible, if you go to John 10 and 10, the King James Version, it says, "The thief cometh not but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. I am come that you might have life and that you may have life more abundantly." In Romans 15 and 13, it says, "Now the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace in believing, that ye may abound in hope through the power of the Holy Ghost." Stop letting the devil rob you of your joy and your peace. Take back your life. You know, I used to love this song by Karen Wheaton, which I heard at a very critical time in my life. And it truly helped me to get back on track. So today I would like to share with you as we close out this message. And I hope that it ministers to you the same way that it ministered to me. Take it back, you guys. Take it back. Take everything that the devil has stole from you because you deserve a better life. Until next time.